Hello everyone, welcome in next episode. I hope you had a great week and let's get started. It's quite a lot to do today. Right, so I have another addition to my plot. Someone left this here, and by looking at the long distance between the nodes, I think this might be a grape vine. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these, even 7. So what the plan is to get them from here to my back garden, because you know these plants grow for very long time and they need a really good support. And the only stuff I have here is some wooden planks which will not last longer than 2 years. So I thought, you know, it might be better to actually put them against the walls in my garden. Anyway, what I have to do because of that, I have to replant my alpine strawberries, which were grown from seed last year, and as you can see they're doing really good. So the plan is to get them into the raised bed which was for strawberries. And you know what, I didn't see what's going on underneath so far, so let's have a look. Okay, so we have a few slugs here and there, some worms, and undecomposed horse manure. So well, I have to plant them already because this, you know, the spring is almost here, and just see how they will do. Anyway, I might put some more well composted horse manure on top. Yeah, anyway, let's get started. I will put them 12 inches apart. Guys, so alpine strawberries all planted. As I said, this is probably like 8-9 months old horse manure with plenty of woody bits, so I will have to replenish nitrogen at some point just to make sure that these guys have enough nitrogen to go on. Anyway, this is the experiment. Let's see how they're gonna do with in here for next 2-3 weeks before I plant the strawberry plants that I'm planning to buy, because I couldn't get a hold of any free source. Yeah, also when I was planting, this is quite common, but you know, in case you don't know, it's you have to make sure that the crown is above the soil level. Well, anyway, let's see how they will do, and let's move to the next thing. Now, if you remember, I think 2 episodes ago I put the plaques from the newspaper underneath and fill these holes just to see if some of them will be gone, and unfortunately they were. And I've seen a lot of different holes and tunnels in my wormery, so the rats were definitely here. Now, so what I need to do, you know, I think that Terry mentioned that the best would be to just put something that has a flush surface. And you know, the only thing I have is this old part of the old greenhouse. The only problem is that it has still these bits here. So what I will try to do, let's see how it will go, but what I'll try to do is try to cut this on the sides at least, just to make sure that this will be flush on the corners of the bathtub. And then, you know, eventually I'm just gonna probably use this with this metal piece on top. Okay, so that's how it looks like. I had to put another plank at the back because this wasn't wide enough. But as you can see, it's gonna be lying flush. That's at least good. You know, there's no holes in here anywhere. So what I'm gonna do now is put this metal cover as it was and try to put a few bricks on top. And yeah, and let's see, and I hope that this will solve the problem of the rats for now. Although as far as I can see, these are quite smart animals, you know. Maybe they not, if I do something, maybe they're not gonna come in the next week, but then 2 weeks later they find a way in. Okay, so while I'm working on the other beds, I thought, you know, how to get rid of as many weeds as I can before the growing season from these beds. And as far as I can see, there are a few options, right? I think I can go through those beds again with the trowel, again and again, and try to locate as many weeds as I can. However, the problem is that usually weeds are covered in soil, you know, and I cannot easily identify them. And then when I come after the rain, I see plenty of white roots on the top. So what I'm gonna try instead is something called stale bed technique. So how it works basically is that we're gonna make those weeds to grow. You know, we're just gonna grow the weeds for some time before the season starts. And once they show up, you know, I can easily remove them with the trowel, because now I can see where they are. So how do you encourage weeds to grow before the actual season starts? Well, I need to make sure that the soil is hot and moist, and I need to give them plenty of nutrients, right? So what I can do, I will throw some horse manure on top. This hopefully will give them some nutrients, and only like 2-3 inches, and maybe I will also cover some weeds that will have harder time to sprout. Another thing what I will do, I will cover the whole thing with the black tarp, and this will warm the soil, you know, especially when the sun's gonna be heating up the tarp and anything that's underneath. And yeah, so basically the plan is I'm gonna try to do these 2 beds with stale bed technique while I'm still going with the trowel through the other, and then after 2 weeks we will see if it will work or not and how many weeds we're gonna have. So yeah, let's grow the weeds. Okay, I've done these 2 beds. So what I've done is just throw, I don't know, like 1-2 inches of horse manure on top, and I found that 2 wheelbarrows should be okay for each bed. I mean, if I supposed to have horse manure for all these beds, 2 wheelbarrows is maximum I can give them anyway. Now bear in mind that I've put a lot of horse manure in this place already in autumn, right? So all this stuff has been mixed up, and there's horse manure inside these beds as well as on top. Now I didn't incorporate the horse manure which is on top in the soil. You know, I will hope that it will also act as a mulch in some respect and try to smother some of the weeds at least, but we will see. Most important thing is that it will hold moisture, and it will add a lot of nutrients to this sandy soil I have. Well, anyway, now this looks like a huge sausages, but you know what? I hope that it will gradually go down, and in 2 weeks, I should have, in theory, enormous amount of weeds, either growing from roots or from the seeds that I bring to the surface by shaping these beds. Okay, so this is the spot where they're gonna go. This is where the alpine strawberries were, and you know, this is if you see in my garden, there is a slight slope, so this is where the highest point is, and then it's getting lower, and the lower point is here. That's why the soil is getting sometimes soggy. But because I've been adding a lot of compost in here, I hope that the drainage will be quite well, because grapes need good drainage. Also, this spot gets the least amount of sun comparing to all the other. That's why all the other spots are reserved for tomatoes, and you know, we will see if grapes will do here good or not. If not, I will use it to grow my beans, you know. But if they do, then you know, I'm just gonna make sure they climb against this wall. So anyway, let's stick the case in the soil now. Well, there they are. As far as I heard, you're supposed to cover with soil as many nodes as possible, but that's as far as I could stick them in. So, you know, anyway, let's see how they will do. Okay, so that's gonna be it for now. I supposed to receive my poly already, but because of the storms that we had lately, there supposed to be some problems at the docks. So I just received emails that, you know, I have to wait for another 2 weeks. But I guess it's good because I'm planning to start most of the seedlings at home anyway. You know, it's way too cold right now even for seeds to germinate probably. Anyway, let's see how the alpine strawberries will do. You know, they were taken from really nice cozy spot. There was not much wind and temperatures were higher. Here there is, you know, they're kind of exposed, so we will see. Also, wonder how the hose manual will work. And yeah, so have a great week everyone, and I see you next weekend, guys. Take care. Bye.